Hello and welcome to another tutorial, guys. In this one we're creating another music website, but this time it's multi-user and not single user, because the one we created in the past is only for one user that uploads music to the website. But in this one it will be multi-user, because then you can let people sign up on their own and then upload their own music, and then you can simply moderate the content as an admin. So you can either delete or something like that if you don't like the music they upload, or you can revoke their account, or etc, etc. So that's entirely up to you. So this is how the thing is going to look like. This is the HTML design that we're going to create in this particular video. And then in the next video we will add PHP to it. So in this one we create the HTML. So this is how the upload song area is going to look like. This is the home page here, of course, with the tabs here. So we're going to see how to put how to check if a song is popular, for example, the top 20 and the latest. So these will be in separate pages, and then of course the usual contact us and about us as well. So to upload, they'll see this page here where they can add a song title, our cover art if they have any, and then also the actual song. And then this will be like the artist profile, where you can see all the songs by this single artist. Then we're going to see how to calculate how many plays they have for all the songs, and here we'll put total number of songs they have, and then finally just a footer. And also, of course, we're going to have a admin page for them as well. So we'll use our admin page here, where you can edit and delete users as needed. Also, you can edit and delete songs in this admin section. All right, very good. Now, in order to do this, we're going to create the UI. We're going to, before we follow along, actually, you must have PHP installed on your system. You can install PHP by simply looking for XAMPP. So download XAMPP if you don't have any server installed on your system. So XAMPP looks like this, and you download and install it in your drive C. Now if you're using a Mac, just install MAMP instead of XAMPP. It's similar to this one. And then make sure you have Apache and MySQL started. Once you install it, you open the control panel like this and install start these two processes in waiting for PHP. Now we don't need this just for designing the UI. We need this when we start adding PHP. So you may install this in the next video. That's fine as well. And then there's a link in the description to the app that we're going to be using to design the actual UI. That way we don't have to type any code when designing the user interface. And of course this thing is free. You can use it and do exactly as I am doing in the tutorial. Alright, so something else to keep in mind is we want to use OOP in here, no Object Oriented Programming, no MVC in here. This is strictly beginner friendly. And also we're not even going to change the URLs to cleaner URLs. We won't do that, because that to avoid any confusion on what's going on. So this is going to be just strictly procedural PHP. Alright, so to begin, let's create the HTML, and we're going to use this app here. There's a link in the description to the app. You can follow along, or you can simply download the resulting templates that I create from here, so you can continue with the PHP side. So either way is fine, but I want to start by adding an element here and going to headers and click on header. So we add that header here. And let me add more content. Let's go to empty here and add an empty div. And actually, let's change some properties, remove the width. Let's put a height of 400 pixels. You can also just click and drag here. But let's go to 400 pixels. Let's add, in the components, let's add an h1 tag. So we can put a title here if we want. And then click on the div itself, go to images, background image, and here we can add a background image of our choice. This time I'm going to go to, let's see, photography. So this is up to you what kind of image you want to add here. You can add, these are just placeholders, so it doesn't really matter what you end up adding here. But you can change the background size here. Let's put it at 100, but let's use %. And you can also change the Y here to put it exactly where you need it to be. Let me see here if I can grab, maybe buildings do look better for the sake of, let's see here, what can I get? It's not a good idea to be too selective like I am doing here in the first, when you're just designing this thing, because you can always change these things. You can change the image, you can change all kinds of things here, so shouldn't take you too long to choose an image like I am doing here. Anyway, let me click on the text here and go to text align center. Then I can change the color of the text to whatever color I want, like something like that. Okay, so at least we have this. Now let's make sure that our, from the home page, or let me click on that as well. You can change the icon as well. Let's go to logos maybe. Let's click on this one. Looks more music-like. But of course these are placeholders. So there's about, contact us, but I want to duplicate these guys. So I'll select here on the edit menu and say duplicate element. Where is that? Where is duplicate? There we go. So I've duplicated it twice. So here I want to change this. This one will be latest, and this one can be, since we already have about us, contact us, let me move this up. I'll right click on it, say move up to bring it here. Since I already have about us here. So there's latest, there's popular, maybe we can do popular as well, and then maybe right click and duplicate. Let me move this a few steps up. I want to say maybe top 20 or something like that. Okay, and then possibly put a search button or something. So popular, top 20, and then maybe search, or if we want we can just put a search bar down here. So let's just do that instead. So I'll select the main thing, I'll click add element, and in this case I want to add an input. So I'm going to go to inputs and add this input field with a label, but then I will move it up so it's here, and then here I will type search. Then of course I can move the width of this if I want. Let's go to the text here and put it bold, and then I can now select this part, put background color, maybe very black, like so. Let's make it gray, like so, and then put text color to white. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so you can spend your time making adjustments here to suit your needs until you get what you really want. Let me put padding here on the left and right. Let's increase that to maybe, oh, that's top, right? So wrong. Let's do left and right. Let's give it 10-10. Okay, that's much better. So we have that search there, and then down here I want us to put the rest of the content. So we want to put a card down here. So I'm going to say add element and go to my empty divs, add an empty div right there. As always, let me remove the width so it goes all the way to the end. In this case I will remove the height as well. Okay, great. Now in there I will add more of the div, but let me change the background color first so it's much lighter, and then add one more div. So empty div again. This one will be the card that represents the excuse me, the music card itself. So push that down like so. I can right click on this so I can have space here. Oops. Okay, so the width really depends on what you are looking for here. But for now, what I want to add is an image in there. So I'll go to components again and add an image. Okay, so I'll remove the padding in here, the main div, and then get the image and give it a width of 100, but %. We'll give it a fixed height where we are here, fixed height like so. Make sure it has that height. And then I will select the thing down here, and I will add some maybe H3, so it's not too big. This is a song title. Okay, say my music. Oh, song. Well, let's put something that looks like a real title. My heart will go on. So after that, we can add, I don't know what you may need to add here. Maybe view count, I don't know, or I think a title, the image and a title, maybe the artist as well. So let's add just some div text after that, and we'll say John Legend or something like that. But we may want to add some icons, I guess, here as well. So what to do here? Let me delete this. I want to add an icon there, so I'll click on div, empty div. Now, since the color of that empty div is the same as the one that already existed, let me change background colors here. In fact, I should probably just remove or give it a background color of white. I think that would be better. And then color of black, so we can actually see the text in there. And then this one, I want to just squeeze it in, but the width will be 100%. And then right in there, I will add some div text. So first, let me start with icon. So icons, I'll do people icon there. And then I will add some div text. Where is that? Components, div text. Then let's remove all the padding from here. And then the text color should be white. Background color, let's reduce it so we can still see it. Actually, text color, let's put black. Okay. Then let's change the display of that to flex, like so. And then align items center. Very good. Okay. So here we'll call the artist John Legend or something. Let's change the icon. Click down here. Let's change the icon. Let's say person. So maybe we can use either this or this. That's really up to you. Let me try that one. You can reduce the font size of this to reduce the icon size. So if I put it at maybe 25, I think that's okay, and that looks better. Then let's reduce the background color way down like so, and there we go. All right, so that's really good. Now we have a title, we have an image. Let's try and add a more music-y image. Let's go to music. I don't really have a lot in there. I'll add more images there, of course. Let's try. Want something that looks like an album cover or something. I don't know. Maybe that could be an album cover. Yeah. Let me add a slight border here. Border radius, let's add a little bit, maybe 10. Then let's add a bit of a border as well. Where is border here? Let's add border size should be 1, so I'll go to 2 and back to 1 just so it can add a value, and then reduce the darkness of it. Okay, so I think this does the job just fine. This one I want to add padding as well on the sides. So padding, where is padding? Let's go padding left. Let's add a little bit, maybe 5 pixels, and padding right, same thing, 5 pixels. Okay, so that's looking great. Let me select the main div here, add more padding to this, maybe up to 20. All right, this is great. Let me close the properties. Now I can select this and select the parent, and I want to duplicate this a few times. So I'm going to, this is the main div that contains the entire card. So I want to duplicate it. What to do here, what to do. Actually, I want to add some hover effects before. Wait. I wanted to add some hover effects here before. Let me do a save, just to be safe. So I'm going to save this and say music homepage, and let's save. Just in case it doesn't work out, because this is still in beta mode, so it might not work out. What I'm trying to do might not work out here. So what I want is for this to rotate a little bit when I do hover effect. So I just go in here and say set hover effect, and I'm going to go to the scale. I want to transform this. So let me go to scale, increase the scale a little bit, maybe 1.2, maybe too much, 1.1, that's fine. And rotate it a little bit like so. Okay. Then I'm going to go to the, okay, so this will do on the hover effect for that one. So let me remove that like that. So now when I do this, it actually does that. Then I can go to the transition and add a little bit of a transition. So how long in seconds should that take? 0.3 is usually fine, like that. Okay. Let me go to the cursor and use a pointer for the cursor, pointer, like that. That's great, that's great. In fact, I should have just added this. Let me remove that. Just added it to the main one. So the main one here, I'll put pointer. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the overflow and tell it to hide the overflow. That way we don't see the image going over the card. So visible, but let's change that to hidden on both sides. That way we see something like this. Okay, great. So very good, very good. Hover effect there. All right, so now that we have that, I can select the main div and do a duplicate. So I can go edit and duplicate. That way it gets all of them get the same styles. So let's do a duplicate here. One. Oh, actually, when duplicating there, I realized I didn't put a margin on this thing. So let me delete that one. So let's put a margin. Where is margin? So I'm going to put 10 pixel margin all around like that. That's great. Then I can now finally duplicate this. So duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then select the container that holds it, and I want to do display flex in this one. But I think that's actually not the best way to do things. Now I should have done better here before doing all of this. Let me select all of them here one by one. I should have added display. Instead of using flex, I think we're better off changing the displays of these main ones to inline block like this. And then selecting the parent of it all and changing text align to center. This aligns them in the center like this. So there we go. We have all these songs here. Now I can go ahead and change the images by clicking on properties again. So click there. Let's change the images that are here just so we have assorted images to go with. Now, of course, these images are just temporal. Let's try this. Oops, I just removed that image. That was weird. Click on that. Let's add that. Click on that. Just selecting some random images here. I'll actually leave that one since we need it. Okay, so there we go. We have some images there, which is rather nice. Now I want to put a footer as well. So I can duplicate this one more time just so I don't have one of these down here. So duplicate, there we go. Then I can change the image as well for this one. So let's see here. There we go. Okay, that looks better. Now I'm going to need an upload page as well. So let me save this just to confirm that my work is being saved. I'm going to need an uploads page as well, which might be here or down in the footer. And I want you to maintain the same styles as here, so the same style sheet. So I will put it down here. So I'm just going to add an extra div down there. So let's click add. Actually, make sure nothing is selected by clicking clear selection. And then let me go add and add empty div. Okay, so there we go. We have that div. Let's go to width and remove the width. So there it is. Let's remove the height as well. So it's auto. And then in there, I want to add a form. So click here, add empty form. So there's the form right there. Now let me, I should put some space down here. So that's one thing I should add a bit. But what I can do is on properties, I can simply just add height here until I am satisfied with it. Let's try, if I go to 700, that's quite big, but that's okay because I need the height for now to work with. So I have this form. Let me click on the background here and just reduce the background color to something lighter. So let's go for something lighter like this. This one I'll select and add a drop shadow of some kind. Let's go to drop shadow. Where is this? Box shadow actually. Let's put 30. Let's reduce the intensity of this shadow to something like half. Okay, that's good enough. Then here I want to add some titling of some kind. So components h1. By the way, let me select this div again before I lose that and change the color text to very black. So this one is upload song. Okay, so to upload a song, we will need a cover art, of course. So cover art is an image. So let's put that image there. And what I will do is, actually, instead of putting this out here, let me delete. Let me add an empty div first. So there's the empty div, remove its width, remove its height as well. That's where I will add my image inside that div. So add image. Also, I'm going to add players. I will add an audio tag. Where is this? Add audio tag there. Also, I will add inputs. Where are the inputs? I'll add a file input as well. There we go. Okay, cool. And I think that should do it. So here, this I can select, reduce its darkness, then do text align center. So where is this? Let's close that. Text align center. Okay, great. Color should probably be black. And this guy has its own container. So if you hover slightly on the side to it, you have that container, a div. It should say div there when you select, and not player, or oops, actually you can't select the player really. It should say div. Let's remove the width and the thing will go all the way. And then there's a browse thingy here. On this one, I think that's fine. Maybe let's put it at 200. Same with height, 200. That's much better. Then I can now go down here, select this whole thing, and add a cancel and OK button. So I'm going to go to components, or is it inputs? So buttons, wait, segments, cancel and save button. There we go. So save and cancel button right there. And then select the height of this whole thing and remove it so that it matches the main thing. So here you can add your, actually let me swap these. I need 2 of these actually. So this is weird. Let me put it back at 700 pixels. I think here I messed up. So what I would do is instead I will duplicate this. So right click on this. Okay, where is my right clicker? Let me duplicate. Okay, then right click. Why isn't the right clicker working? Let me move this up. And what I want to do is remove the image here. The audio will be there, and then delete this container. So I'll slightly hover on top here to select the container of the player and delete it. Okay. So this one, let me change the display to block. That way it goes all the way through like that. And since it's display block, I need to add margin auto to keep it in the center. So I'll go to margin, select that. Okay, so we have that to select the image, and we have this to select the audio. And let me just put a margin. Actually, let me select both. Put margin top. Let's see, margin top 5, margin bottom 5. So hopefully this has it as well. Okay, it does. All right, so this is great. Now I can click browse to select an image and click browse to select the audio file. But I also need a title. Actually, that's one thing I forgot. So I'll need a title here. So let's go to inputs, click on the entire thing, go to inputs and add a file input there. It went down here, that's the title. And click to move up. Why my right clicker isn't working? Move to top. So there it is. We've moved to the top, but let's move it one step down like that. And then double click here and say title. Okay. So that's the song title and the image and the song itself. Okay, great. So let me click on this and remove the height now. Remove that. Okay, great. All right, so this is our song uploader now. Now I can always click on browse and preview, file and preview to see the preview of what I have done so far. And this is what I have done so far. Looking great, looking great. Okay, so let's add the footer and call it a day. So back here, we will add a footer. So to add the footer, I will clear the selection and then add a div. So empty again, where is that empty? And then add a div. Select, click on properties. If in case you get lost finding stuff, just click on tree and then select an empty space or anywhere, and then you can click select parent to keep selecting parents. But once you see the canvas, then you have everything. So there's a header that contains all of this here, and then there's this div that contains an input and a label. That's the search part. So as you're hovering on these things, you see them selected in there so that you know what you are hovering on right there. Let's see. So these are these divs down here. So that way you can find what you are looking for in case it gets lost and it doesn't have any dimensions, viewable dimensions here. So let me remove the width here. So that's our footer. Let's make it a little bit darker. Like so. Let's change our text color to white. Okay, so in there, I'll add a few divs, so maybe 3 divs. Let's try 3. So I'm going to add element, empty div 1. I'll duplicate it once I add the right stuff. So first of all, I'm going to put, let's see, width. Let's remove that width. Let's add a little bit of margin around each one of these, 5 pixels. Okay. Then text color, let's see here, text color should be white. Or should it? I don't know. Yeah, I think white will do just fine. The inner div here, I want to remove the height. I forgot that. That way it covers everything. So there we go. So this I think is fine. What width does it have? Doesn't really have a width. Let's put it at 100%. So click pixels, click percent. Okay, now let me duplicate this a few times. So edit, I'll duplicate twice. That way I have 3 of these guys. Then select its parent and go to display. So here we have display flex, like so. That way they show up 1, 2, 3, like so, which is nice. Now in here I will add, actually I should have just added content first, but that's not a big deal. You can always edit that. So let me go to add components and add just some text we will do. So here, actually not text, let's add a link. So I'll add link right there, and there is a link. So link will say, let's just add some links there. Let me change its color to white. Let's go to text decoration and put none. So text decoration none, it's already on none, but select another option and then back to none. And then from here I can add, let's see, can I add some margins? Yes. Let me add margin of 10 pixels and a link. Let me use display block for it, so it goes all the way like that. Okay, cool. Now I can duplicate that. So edit and duplicate. So I have 2 links now. So there's home, and then there's login, and then duplicate one more time, and then let's put sign up. Okay, great. Login, sign up. Then I just need to delete these 2 for now. That way I can duplicate this main div. So edit, duplicate, and duplicate one more time. Okay, so now in here you can change things, like add more different links like top 20 or popular, and then what else? Contact or contact us. Then here we can do terms and conditions. And what else? About us. And what else can we do here? I don't know. I'll leave it like that. Is there a link that I can put here that I haven't added? Let me close this. Popular, okay, there's latest. Wait a minute. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to add in here, but now I want to remove the background color of all these three. So properties, and remove that background color, delete. For some reason it only worked for one, but let me select them one at a time. And there we go. Okay. Oh, and I forgot one thing, to put a hover effect on these links. Yeah. But I think the hover effect will be there once we add a... yeah, I think the hover effect will be there since these are links, so it's going to be there. Okay, so far so good. Let me do a preview of this again. And there we go. So we have our footer here. We have our uploader. We have the content here and our menu and the user thingy there. So everything is good. This is looking great. Let's save. Let me open a second version of this. I want to just confirm that I have saved properly because I've had a few issues with saving in the previous thing. So I'll say open music homepage. Let's see. So the footer isn't saved for some reason. So let me do a save as. It will make sure that I have saved. So I'll do page 2 like that. And if I open that, it will have the footer and everything. Okay, good. So we have saved that. That is nice. And then once you're done with this, just click on download and then click download here, and it will download the page. After exporting, the thing will download as a zip. Okay, so that's good. Now with this, we can now create the admin section. Yes, so people can upload from here, or maybe also a profile page as well. I think that's one thing I should add so that a user can see all their music in one place. So since I want the same, I really want the same, wait a second. I want the same CSS here. So let's actually just add the thing down here. So I'll clear the selection one more time and then go to add a div. Or what I can do is, no, actually, let me just add a new div. So go to empty and empty div. So the div is right here, but let me move it one step up. So move up like that, and then click on properties. Let's go to width, remove the width. And what I'll do now is, let me reduce the background color a little bit, too dark. Let's leave it there. Then I will add more elements and go to grids, add grid type 1. This is just 2 items here. Now they're overlapping, so let me remove the height of the container folder so that it's automatic like this. So 2 grids here, this side and this side. This is just a container with 2 divs with display flex, just like we have these down here. And if we put the minimum width of this, this will determine at what point they break when doing responsive, when being responsive. So if I click on width here, I can do minimum width, which is at 300 pixels. I can increase this to maybe 400 pixels for this one, and same thing for the other. That way they will snap at a specific place. Maybe let's put it at 500 actually. Let's go back here and put that at 500 pixels. Okay, that's great. Okay, so on this side I'm going to put the user information, and on this other side I'm going to put the audio. Okay, so let's start with the audio section here. So I'm going to add an empty div. So let's add an empty div, and there it is. This main one, I want to add padding. So let's go to the big one and let's add padding of 10 pixels. Select this guy and let's remove the width so it goes all the way. Let me reduce the background like that, background color. And then I want two things here. I want an image and I want some content on the other side. So what I will do, let me add a div within that div. So I'm going to say empty div like that. Let me reduce its height somewhere there. Actually, maybe let's do, the width is, the height is 80. Let's try the width similar value like so. So width and height. Then what to do? Let me duplicate this. Actually, yeah, let me just duplicate it. So edit, close this, edit, duplicate. But then grab the parent, this parent here, back to properties, and let's put display, where is the display here? Display flex. This one, let me remove background color so we can see the differences. So this one I will remove width and actually just put it at 100%. So pixel percent, there we go. Okay, cool. Now in this one I will add an image. So let's add image component image, there we go. So the way the image should be will be width 100%. Oh, I've selected the wrong thing. So this should be back on 80 pixels. I'll select the image, put 100%. Let's go to the height as well, 100%. Then it's parent. Let's select parent, go to edit, select parent, and then remove the padding from there. So click out, that way it fills the entire div. And we can also change the image to something better. Actually, no, let's make sure we've selected the image tag. And let's add a different image. You know, I really should add more images that look like cover art. So there it is. And here I want to add a player. So players, add an audio tag like so. But I want to select the main thing, the holder, the container that holds the player, and remove its width so it can go all the way. Then select the main div and add something to put a title there. So let's add an let's see, components, maybe h3 tag like so. But it's down here because it's being overshadowed by this. So I guess this isn't enough height. So let me select the overall main thing and increase the height to something more reasonable. And do the same for the container of this one. Let me edit, select parent. Oh boy. Close that, select parent. Oh, maybe not. It's this one. It's actually this one. Wait a second, what's happening here? What happens when I increase? All these are fixed height. Okay, understood. Select parent and move that down as well. Maybe using actual numbers would be a better idea. So height, let's put, okay, it's on 100. I guess that's reasonable. Let's put that on 100 as well. Let me move this up. So I'll go edit, move up. So it's on the top. Then let's remove the padding from within this. It's messing things up. Okay, great. No padding there. That's great. Let's increase the width of this one. What's the height though? 100? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I should be looking at the parent. So select parent and let's go back to properties. What's the height? It's 100. What's the width? 80. So let's move it to 100. So it's a square image. So this one is song title. I can change its color, but let me change just the color of the input div there, text color, to some kind of black. Okay, and maybe reduce its background intensity a little bit more. Maybe make it white, actually. Okay, this is looking good. Here I want to add some margin to this main thing. So margin top will be maybe 5 pixels and margin bottom as well 5 pixels. That way, if I happen to edit, duplicate this, let's duplicate, it will be something like this. Okay, so song title 2, let's add a separate image here, just an image that's different. So there we go. Maybe that. There we go. Anything will do. So we can duplicate this a lot more. And okay, song title, what else am I missing here? I think that's about it for this part here. My mouse keeps moving out, in and out of consciousness. Anyway, so here I want to add user details. So here I'm going to add an image. What else do I add? An H1 for the artist title or the username, whoever uploaded these. So that's the username. What else can we add? Maybe their email. I don't know if that's important, but the username and their image, and maybe some statistics, how many songs they've added, or how many plays do they have, things like this. So let's try and do that. So I'm going to select the main thing here, go to properties, and I will move this around like so. Text align center. Let's add black for the text here, and just say artist name. Select that again. Let's add some padding, maybe 10 pixels, so it's not right on the edge. And then down here, I will add an empty div. So div empty, empty div. Then let me put an entire, let's remove the width of it. Let's reduce the darkness. So inside it, I will add 2 divs as well. So add, let me add one empty div in there. Let's go to width and put it at 100%. And then I will duplicate it. Actually, let me add some, no, maybe not margin. Let me edit, duplicate, then select the parent and go to display. I'll say display flex right there, display flex. So they are side by side now. And let me remove the height actually. Let's go to height, remove that. Select these two, try to add some margin. Let's see if that works well. Yeah, maybe 5 pixels of margin. Good. So they are separate like this. but I want to put some statistics here. So I'm going to click add, let's see, icons. We'll just add a people icon there, and then let's add some text components and add some, not H1, maybe H3. That's good enough. So this would be numbers, maybe 2 songs, like so. Let me delete this one, select this one and duplicate, edit, duplicate. This one will show the number of plays. Okay, like that. Very good. Select this. Let's change the icon here. Click on that. Let's look for maybe a graph of some sort. So I'll click on this one. Here, the number of songs. Let me look for, is there anything for song? Yep, there we go. Let's put kind of like this, or maybe even this. This look good, actually. Okay, so 2 songs, 2 records, 400 plays. That's nice. Let me reduce the background color here a little bit, like so. Actually, I'm back to where I started, but it's fine. Okay, very cool. So artist name, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let me select this, add an H1 tag, just so I can put a title here and move it up. This title will be user, or maybe artist profile, something like that. And I will select the, no, let's go to text align center. Then text color, black, artist profile. Select this background, reduce it a little bit. Okay, great. Alrighty then, this is looking great, isn't it? Let me select this and duplicate this as well, just for the effect of it. Properties, let's add a different image altogether. Alright, very cool. Let's do a preview, shall we? So this is what we have here. That, upload a song, artist profile. Very good, very good, very good. We can also add when they joined, etc., etc. If you add, you need that kind of information when they joined, whether they are male or female, or etc., etc. So you can add as much information as you want, but this is good enough for us. And yeah, I think this covers this main part. Now what we need is a let me save this. Save. I'll open a second version. I just want to confirm that I have saved it properly before closing everything down, and it didn't save properly. Promise I'll fix this issue in a few iterations, but let me just save as to make sure it has saved. So now if I try to open version 3, it has everything. Also, when trying to open, you can delete version 1 if you want, and version 2 if you want. But just to be safe, I'll leave that one there. Okay, so we have our artist profile, we have uploader, we have this. What we are lacking is the control from the admin section, which is the admin page. So to have that kind of control, let's see here, everything is saved. That's great. So to have that kind of control, let's create a new page. So we'll start a, what else do I need here? Before I shut this down, I think this section here, we're going to need some buttons as well, some edit and delete button. Yeah, I think so. So before I close this, let me try to add that. So I'm going to grab this image, right click. Oh, the right click doesn't seem to work anymore. And I'll select the parent. We'll select parent and then do a duplicate. So it goes right to the end, which is nice. Let me delete the image though. Edit, delete. But the box remains, and in there I can add some buttons. So let me add here button. So that's a button right there. Let's edit and we'll click edit and then duplicate it. So edit, I'll say duplicate and say delete, like so. So select the main thing, go to properties and say text align center to center those two guys. Then I'll select this one and I want a different background image, reddish, because this is a delete. Edit, maybe let's try orange. No, now I'm getting back to what I had. Let me undo this. Okay, so that was fine. So edit, delete, that looks good. Okay, I think that works. And so I will delete these guys and then duplicate this one. Edit, duplicate, duplicate. Maybe one more time. Yep. Then now I can change the images so it looks more realistic. Boom. Move this here. Okay, that's better. So edit, delete, good, good, good. What else am I forgetting? I think that wraps up this section here. So save, but just to be sure, as always, I'll do save as. Save, okay. Then here I can try and open music homepage. I want to delete the original one. I'll keep deleting as I'm doing save as. Okay, so yeah, this is great. Let me try and open it from here before I close it on the other side to confirm everything is good. Okay, everything seems good. Now with this, can't help but think maybe, no, it doesn't really matter. So let me refresh the page so I can start anew. And now I want to add just an admin page. So I'll just go to, likely we already have admins, and for now we just have one, but several will be available on the way. And yep, this is all we need here. So we'll have users section and maybe we'll have a songs section, but literally I'm just going to repeat this part here because it's exactly the same. So this this table will be repeated. So we'll have a table there that shows you the admin, all the songs that are on this website, and then all the users that are on this website or artists. And then this will show how many songs they have, how many, instead of pages, there's users here who are artists, kinda. And then we have songs. So if I'll click on this, I can go down here and grab that, and let's do music. Let's put that in there. So here it's gonna be songs, and this is really artists actually, or users. That's up to you. Admins here. What about pages? So we have songs, we have artists. What else can we show? What kind of stats can we? Oh, plays as well, right? Total plays. That would be something. So graph. Let's put that one there. displays. Yes, yes. Okay, that's great. So users instead of posts here, we're going to have songs. And then let's change this as well to match that. So properties, musica. Then I'll select the parent, edit, select parent. Where is that? Again, select parent until I select the main thing. What about if I say select parent again? Ah, that's better. It should be an A tag like that. So then let me duplicate it. So duplicate, boom. So it's right here, but let me select parent again, select parent again, and move it one step up. And so let me change this first one to artists. Oh, artists are actually users, right? So there really wasn't need for this. Because users are artists. Actually, yeah, there wasn't any need for this. So let's go select parent, and delete. Okay, so I think this works. And let me just change users to artists. And that works as well. Maybe we will add one more. Actually, I don't know why I deleted that. I could have used it for another, but no problem. Let's just select parent twice and duplicate again. I want to change this one. Let me select parent again, move it up. Okay. Just want a way to go to the front end. Then let's change the icon to a globe or planet or Earth. So there's one for Earth. I like Africa, of course, so I'll put that there. Okay, great. So this is looking good. This one, let's change to dashboard. So, oh no, what's happening to my mouse? Dashboard. All right. What did I do? Dashboard, like that. I think that's better. All right. Okay, I think that works for me. Very cool. So let's save this. Music, website, admin, page. Okay, I think this does it. Really? Save. Save. Okay, very cool. So this ends the HTML creation process. Now we can go to adding PHP. Do not forget to click the download button to download both of these. So this one, I'll click download to get it. Okay, so that's downloading there. And let me open the other one. That's the home page with all the other content. And I will download that as well. All right, so now with all this done, let's go to the next video and start adding some PHP so that we make everything here functional.